Good morning, everyone. I'm delighted to be here, and especially to be here with one of my students. I have never had the pleasure of teaching him, but I've learned so much from him, as have all the students at the International School, Ho Chi Minh City, and the staff. He's just a fabulous young man, and I would like now to quickly introduce Patrick Farrelly so that you can enjoy his talk.
I just want to say what an honor it is to be speaking in front of you all, and especially in front of Mr. Lishman, who I've admired since I was a little kid watching Fly Away Home. So to open for someone who is really one of my childhood idols is just an amazing experience. And I want to say thank you, Ms. Campbell, for that wonderful introduction. Yes, as she said, my name is Patrick Farrelly. I am a senior this year at the International School of Ho Chi Minh City, and my passion is global issues. I have dedicated the past 2.5 years of my life towards solving the world's problems and making a difference in the world. Before I go into more detail, let me drop back for just a moment from what I am doing now to what I did 3 years ago when I first moved to Vietnam. 3 years ago, I was a horrible person. I was your party-hardy, stereotypical, arrogant American kid. I partied all night and slept all day, usually during class. As you can imagine, this lifestyle was not a great example to others, and it was definitely not a great example of a sustainable lifestyle. My grades bottomed out, and I was on the verge of failing out of my school in the United States. My dad said to me, "You get mad at me for partying all night, so you send me to a country with no legal drinking age where beer is less than 10 cents a liter. Jackpot." So when I moved here, things went from bad to worse. The first school I attended ended with my father pulling me out because I was on the verge of failing out. That is when I was put in history, International School, Ho Chi Minh City, in the middle of my 10th grade year. Now I have to stop and say that if life had just kept going on, I would have just done the same thing. Partied, gone on with life, probably fail out of Michigan as well. But someone gave me a helping hand. Actually, that's a bit too nice. Someone gave me a helping swift kick in the ass. But it's what I needed, and it's what got me moving in the right direction. Her name was Miss Holly. And maybe she saw the potential in me, maybe she really cared about me. Maybe she wanted to start a flame in me that would grow. Maybe it was just a fluke. Whatever the reason, she changed my life forever, and she did it without even letting me know or saying a word to me. Towards the end of my 10th grade, I was failing her class. And tired of talking to me, she talked to my dad. "Mr. Farrelly, Pat's failing massively. He needs to do something." My dad says, "Is there any extra credit you can do?" To which Miss Holly says, "Well, I'm starting a school environmental club. If Pat joins, I guess I can give him some extra points." And I remember that my dad got off the phone, and he looked at me. I had no idea what had just transpired, and I had no idea the significance this would play later. And he says to me, "Hey Pat, how would you like to join an eco club?" To which my response was very enthusiastic and positive. "Do I look like a tree hugger?" No, I hated the idea. I thought it was stupid. And my dad said, "Oh, I'm terribly sorry, Pat. I think you misunderstood me. Let me rephrase it. You're joining an eco club." So, because I didn't have much choice in the matter, I went to the stupid eco club with all these stupid tree huggers. And I hated it at first. But it really opened up my eyes. I went to wildlife rescue centers all throughout Vietnam. I saw the mistreated, the abused, the neglected, the tortured. I saw these animals and what people had done to them. and I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe how people could be so cruel. When I saw some of the things that I saw, I broke down and cried. Me, big, strong, hardy-hearted Pat, broke down and cried right there at the rescue center, in front of friends, family, parents, teachers, everyone. Some of these animals were kept in cages all their lives. They were beaten, given lobotomies so that they could not resist or fight back. Their organs harvested, tubes going into their liver to harvest their bile. Forgive me if I make you uncomfortable, but it's not pleasant. These animals are slaves, mistreated by their cruel masters who care more about how they can gain in profit than about dignity. I saw these animals and I said to myself, why? How can anyone be so sick and so demented and twisted as to do something like this? And I realized it is because these animals have no voice. They cannot speak. They cannot talk in our language. And therefore, they cannot tell people, I am alive. I have life. And that life is just as important and special and unique as the life contained in you. They cannot resist either. If they do resist, they're given lobotomies. Their brains scrambled to the point that they have difficulty performing even basic day-to-day functions like eating and drinking water. These animals have no voice. I am their voice. I will be the one that stands up for them, who screams to the world, I am alive, who stands up to human greed on their behalf, who tells those that try to use them and abuse them that they are wrong. I will be their voice. So for the past 2 years, I have worked tirelessly for them, speaking on their behalf. I have raised over $1,000 to construct and expand wildlife centers, as well as building a wildlife education complex where people can come and see what I have seen, can see what people have done to these animals, as well as how to learn how to treat animals responsibly and ethically. I personally have saved several animals from their tortures, including 2 bears, pangolin, several monkeys, several gibbons, a whole family of otters, and even once the leopard. I am their voice. I did all this work with animals for the past 2 years, but I knew I could do more. Earlier this year, I launched myself at the issue of children's rights, in particular, street children. I went out on the streets of Ho Chi Minh City and talked to the kids and found out about them. I found out that the street children are not normal street children in the sense that these kids live and sleep on the street. No. Instead, these kids are being run by a slumlord as a begging racket. The slumlord takes these kids in with the promise of a better life and a place to live, but as soon as he has them, the kids are sent out every day to major tourist areas of the city, where they beg. If they do not meet their quota, they are beaten when they return. If they repeatedly miss their quota, the slumlord will break their arms, or their legs, or cut off their hands or a foot, because crippled beggars usually make more money. When I heard about this, again, I broke down into tears. Even now, when I am walking on the streets of Ho Chi Minh City and I see one of these kids with broken bones or missing fingers or hands, I still want to break down. But I am not one to see a problem and do nothing about it. I went off, ran several projects at my school, started the first 40-hour famine in the history of Vietnam, went to corporations, went to people, told them what was happening, raised even more money.